Hey, this is Marcus Buff Bagwell here today, and I have got the privilege to be sitting next to Justin Race. This is Harley Race's son, man. This is something very special to me. Harley Race was like a god in this business, and to a young rookie coming up, even to be in the presence of him, which I was able to be several times, it was really a wonderful, wonderful thing. What was it like to be the biggest, best man in pro wrestling? Harley Race, what was it like to be his son?
No,
My
he was dad,
goodness. Right?
He was dad.
And did you get
I
whipped?
no.
Okay.
He give me the I come home late. He give me the promo look, and that was the end of that.
Never did it again.
No. Dad was one of the most loving, caring, kind, gentle human beings you'd ever meet on the face of the earth.
This is the
He was
toughest one ever.
Yeah, he'd go out of his way to make sure our little rabbit was okay on the side of the road.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I mean, that's stuff that you just don't realize. And this is to be one of the toughest top 5 guys in pro wrestling.
Top 2.
That's what I'm saying. Thank you. Well, I think the top.
Haku and Dad.
There you go. Haku and Barb, right? They say Haku. Who do you think the top 3 are? Haku, your dad, and who would you say, Barb?
I'd say Terry Funk.
Would you really?
Yeah.
So Terry was that tough.
Oh, jeez.
I've heard stories.
In fact, when Dad won his third title, he did it with the Indian Deathlock with Terry.
Really?
And I'm a little boy and I don't really know what's going on. And I remember sitting down in the van. They always had a big van for us to drive around.
Right.
And my mom said, "Harley, did you break Terry's leg?" Oh, it was shit.
It was shit. So my question is, what kept you out of this business? That's a good question.
Well, when I was about 14, I'm a collegiate wrestler, national champion, state champion many times. Mom and Dad sat me down and they said, "This is not your option. You're not doing this."
So Harley said no.
My mom and my dad.
Okay.
And I'm like, it's too hard on the body. It's too hard on the family. Even though that back then, like Sam Mushnick and Bubba and Eddie Ram and whatever would fly my mom and I with him.
To make it better.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're going to put him through that kind of work for a decade.
Right.
300 days. Yeah, 300 days at 2 and 3 weeks traveling.
Right. So I didn't know this. So you had to travel with him a good bit.
Yeah.
That's right. Made it better.
Foot the bill.
Right.
And so I got to, back then when you're a kid, they come up and Mom and Dad go, "We're going to take Justin out of school for a month." And they're like, "Doing what?" "Going to Japan." "Oh, hell, he'll learn more there than he will here."
Right. So you actually learned life at a good place.
Yeah.
And that's a good place to learn it, bro.
Oh, jeez.
I believe it with all my heart. So what kept you out? I mean, they just flat out said no. I mean, did you?
Well,
you were a super athlete.
No, yeah. I was 110 high hurdler. I mean, my sport was football.
Right.
I was a wide receiver. That was fast.
I know. I remember all the articles and stuff your dad would show us.
Yeah,
we go play pool at his house.
But they just kind of said, this you can't. Don't do this.
They don't want you to do it.
And as I got older, I realized why.
Yeah, you realized why. You were seeing.
I didn't realize how much time I spent away from my father.
Right.
Instead of with him.
So yesterday we were talking about Japan and Vader. So tell me about you running into Vader in Japan.
Well, Leon, I was actually going to school there. And
so you were going to school in Japan at the time. I forgot about that.
Sir.
So okay, I forgot about that.
Nishinomiya, Kansei Gakuin University, for all you Japanese folks out there.
I love it.
And I'm reading in a paper one day. I'm like, oh, cool. American tourist coming through. Leon, oh, crap.
Love it.
So I went to the stadium, and I walked up in front of a bunch of people, whatever. And everyone's on call,
Yes.
and I said, "Let me in here." You, Hardy Days.
Yes.
You Hardy Days. I said, "Well, he died some years ago, but yeah, I might as well be."
Yes.
So we're back in the dressing room. Leon, what are you doing here, you little son of a bitch? I said, well, as my dad said, you big fat son of a bitch, what are you doing here?
I've heard him say that so many times. Oh my God. They were like brothers. But
Oh, yeah. Well, Leon, my dad played a role. I mean, well, he played many roles, but
yes.
with Leon, because Leon would hurt people.
He played a real
Whether
role. He played a shoot
whether it
role.
was fans or whether it was
Talent.
talent or referees, whatever.
He was too much.
Leon would hurt people. I mean, seriously. And so they kind of put my dad with him. And it's like, okay, you're his trainer,
Right.
and you're his, bodyguard in reverse.
Right, in reverse.
And yeah, Dad, he'd take Sting or he'd take somebody down, and Dad would just wrap his arm around and pull him out of the ring.
Right.
Calm down, you son of a bitch.
He get on to him like a father.
Yeah.
Not hurt the talent.
Well, he told me, he said, and I watched it, right when his name was announced, the goose pimples on his forearms were huge.
Really?
Man, how do you do that?
When Vader's or
Yeah, when Leon was announced.
well, they say, and I don't know if you remember this part or not, but Leon had a real anxiety about that. I was wrestling Leon in Topeka, Kansas for the first time. They had me wrestling whoever Sting was getting ready to wrestle. They had the little rookie go get beat up by the guy.
Yeah.
And Sting would come out and make the save.
Yeah.
I mean, it's great for me. I'm rubbing elbows with Sting and Vader, but
Yeah.
I'm getting beat up in the process. This is when Vader, I think Harley was there, but this is right when Vader was still hurting guys.
Yeah.
But so the Steiners go up to him. I don't know what they're doing, and they're bothering him, like getting him nervous, like don't mess up and this and that. I'm like, what are they doing, Lex? And he goes, oh, Leon gets real nervous before his matches. Do you remember that?
Oh God, that's why I said
Chill bump thing. So. And I got to wrestle him. I go, wait a minute, and don't do that. He goes out and beats me.
Put me in the ring with that.
Right. So it was weird. So you actually saw this chill bump thing.
Oh yeah.
So what do you think it was Leon?
Adrenaline. He loved that pump.
So did your dad help him with all that anxiety and stuff? Is that was part of his job, right?
There was several hotel rooms in Japan that my father and Leon had to pay for to refurbish because Dad would beat the hell out of him.
Oh my God!
I mean, hand to fist,
just
jaw, broad. Had
beat up each other.
Leon, you got that. I was there. I'm like, all right, I'm out. I'd go in the little closet with a kosei.
Wow.
And Dad would beat the hell out of him.
Wow.
And Leon wasn't playing.
No. They're both two big tough guys.
They just didn't know, or he didn't know. Don't shoot on Dad.
No, nobody does.
You're
going to pay for it.
Die.
Yes. So go back to the story. So you
okay.
So you go in and see him
So I see him at the locker room, and tonight, you and me, we go out, we drink. Oh my God, Jesus Christ.
Oh no.
And you have to wait in Japan for a special taxi because normal it didn't fit.
Too big.
So he sent one of the office boys out and got us a case of beer or whatever. I don't know. And I'm sitting there trying to drink one beer, and he's drinking 4 at a time.
Right.
And Mr. Leon, your taxi here. Your taxi here.
Yes.
All right, come on. So off we went, and we went to every, whatever.
There's every club, your club, party, you're drinking. You're
Leon was Bacardi and Coke.
That was his drink, huh?
That was his drink. And if I ordered something different, he'd tell me, "Well, make it stronger then." I'm like,
Leon,
I
stop.
I
can't do it. You're 400 pounds.
450.
450,
I
yeah.
can't keep up with you. Are you kidding? Anyway, we had a ball. So we get back at, about 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, and we're at in his hotel. And we get the bright idea, well, let's call Dad.
Oh my God.
So
What time does it do? No, do you have any idea?
I have no idea.
It's hard to keep up with it, right?
Yeah.
It really
Time
is.
change or whatever.
It's very hard.
Leah, boss, what the hell you call me, you fat son of a bitch?
You fat son of a bitch was every line he said.
Yeah. I got someone I want you to talk to. You're in Japan, right? You fat son of a bitch. And they went back and forth. Finally, Leon just gave me the phone. I said, hi, Dad. Leon, you're taking my son out. I'm supposed to be over there studying.
Right.
He's supposed to be doing all this.
You're supposed to be in
And
school.
Leon and I are like listening to the phone, like here. It's like, maybe we just.
That's great. That's
He's
fantastic.
10,000 miles away. I mean, even at Harley's driving speed, it's still taking 5 hours. So
Yeah, right. Exactly. Absolutely. It would take him. It would. But he's coming.
oh, Leon,
You're a little bit scared he may be coming.
oh yeah. But Leon, I mean, see that big old barrel of a man.
Yeah.
Roll over to he thought that was the funniest thing ever happened in his life.
Of course. So the story I have is I was at a bar with it was Leon and your father and
Harley race. Your first two problems,
right? And it wasn't. It was. And it was. I remember it being like, I wasn't quite invited. I think maybe I was eating dinner and they were there and they like called me. It was a really weird deal. It was just us three. And I'd never been around Leon like that. And I'd never been around your father really, that close. We had talked and knew each other. We sit down and so we're drinking, and they're drinking a lot more. And then all of a sudden, your dad does this bottle cap thing where he puts bottle caps in between his fingers and he's able to crush them.
No, I can do that too.
You can do it also? Oh my God. That's some kind of freaky hand strength thing you guys have.
It's called, he said double.
Are you a good arm wrestler? Was he?
I'm fair.
Was he?
Arm wrestling, whatever, but no, I can take a hold of a man's hand and break every bone in the finger.
He was always big about grabbing guys' hands, and they knew. Come on, Harley, please don't.
Oh, you just have a hand.
Oh my God, that's just like Harley's hand, just like a cinder block. But so Vader tries to do it.
Oh, jeez.
And Vader can't.
No.
And so it pisses him off. So they almost. I think if I wouldn't have been there, they may have went to links. I'm not kidding it, but I didn't know they did this.
Probably did upstairs.
That's what I'm saying. I didn't know that at the time. So, what was some memories you have of your old man? Like memories I have of my dad is like deer hunting and sports. What was some memories you got of your old man?
As I said, my father was the kindest, most caring man on earth.
That's crazy.
And my mom was a professional water skier. And me too.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Great.
And she was the only one that, when he told her, she wouldn't let anyone else drive.
Except Harley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she put her leg over in the, in the
road and stuff.
Right. I mean, he had to.
Right.
But Dad was so doggone funny. Everything he said. Like I said, the F thing.
Yeah.
We're on our way from, I believe it was Dallas to Miami. We're going on a cruise, an actual vacation, no wrestling.
Okay.
And we get on the plane. There's the two little, of course, people sitting in front, and these two little ladies with their little sundress, whatever, and they got their hats up there. Dad puts the luggage on. He waits for the door to close, whatever. I stood back. I wonder whose straw hats those were I just crushed. That's all he said. Yeah. Well, that's why I leaned forward to make sure they.
Oh my God.
That's the only thing he said the whole thing.
And they didn't say nothing?
Oh, they were
worried about it. That's how he was. He
my mom
was a silent killer.
My mom, I have the don't tell your mother thing. My mom's was Harley.
Just constantly. Right?
Harley, stop it.
How many times do you hear that in your life?
Shit. A couple billion.
Right?
But no, that's, and, probably one of the most honorable moments I'll ever have in my life. We're on a plane from, I believe, San Francisco to Los Angeles, whatnot, at night. And yeah, I'm a kid, but I am sitting in the aisle. So I sure. So, right. I'm a kid. I'm supposed to want to look out the window.
Right.
Jimmy Page, Led Zeppelin, Jimmy Page, and his bodyguard walk on. And, but, Dad and I sitting here, bodyguard, my dad, you gotta move. I got to sit next to Mr. Page. And Jimmy came around him and looked, guys, I think I'll be fine next to Mr. Race.
Really?
And so, that's cool enough. So Jimmy sits down next to Dad. The bodyguard sits in the window seat next to me.
Really?
And I'm like, Dad, switch.
Why? Yeah, no idea, right?
It's Jimmy Page. You're like, Jimmy who?
Yeah.
I'm like, just switch with me.
Yeah, right?
And so we traded seats, and the bodyguard, my dad, rode next to
They switched?
Yeah.
So your dad switched with you sat next to Jimmy Page?
Yeah.
That's incredible.
I rode the whole ride with Jimmy Page and the two 600-pound guys, but we didn't do it for that time.
Are they drinking? They started drinking?
It's like the
telling
a bit.
I love it.
But Jimmy, the only thing about it was I kept wanting to talk rock and roll, but Jimmy, and all he wanted to do is talk about
wrestling.
dad.
Oh yeah, about wrestling. Right? So he was a big fan.
And we got off the plane, and he asked my father's autograph.
I love it.
Hey, when that happens, I could have the biggest autograph collection on earth.
Yeah.
But when that happens, you don't feel right.
Say, hey, gotta get yours.
Yeah.
Right, because he got your dad's.
Yeah,
right?
yes.
It's like pictures. Back before the cell phones, you didn't carry a camera around.
Yeah.
So it was tough to get pictures with guys. But man, I really try to keep a camera with me for those days that Muhammad Ali may be at the building or Harley Race may be there. When you get a picture with him, and now everybody's got a camera. But back in those days, you didn't. Or guess what? You have a picture of Jimmy Page.
Yeah. Well, I'm one of those guys that people take a photo of that. I didn't have a camera with me. You had your phone.
Oh, yeah, I do. That's right. Sorry. That's great. So how old are you now, Justin?
29.
29. You're 29 years old.
I'm 53, and I'm proud.
Are you really?
Yes, I am.
I thought I'm 54, so you sure don't look 53, brother. You look much younger than that. So
thank you.
Yes, so you were born in 71?
70.
I'm a 70. So did you ever, you're Harley Race's son. Don't you ever want to take him to show and tell or at the school?
No, not that.
So
it was kind of funny when I was growing up. All the guys in the dressing room, whatever, it was the boss, Mr. Race, or the king.
Right.
Or they didn't say the king. I said king. The only people that called him Harley were my friends.
Really? So Mr. Race, is that
No. Harley, are we getting chocolate chip pancakes in the morning? Yeah.
Yeah.
And my dad, he and my mom would brew up a breakfast or whatever for all my friends, spend the night. And
love it.
All my friends called him Harley. Harley, can I get more butter?
Love it. I love that.
And none of these big behemoths call him anything but the boss and Mr. Race.
Right. They say the boss.
Oh, yeah.
So I was younger, so I don't remember the boss part of it, but they would say the boss.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I love, see now.
Well, here, I get a story for you. So we're at the Meadowlands, I believe. Yeah. And Dad's work for his wrestling bag come through on the carrier or whatnot. So we get to the Meadowlands and we're there, and this is right at the height of Hulkamania.
Wow.
And Terry, he kind of listens to Dad saying, I don't know what the hell I'm going to wrestle with. I don't know. And Terry's voice booms above the entire dressing room, backstage, everywhere. Anybody that is wrestling, Go find the boss's luggage.
The Hulk said this.
Yeah.
And what happens?
They all left.
They
They
started
went and
finding.
found his luggage.
So where was it at? They the airport.
They messed up or something. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
So they went and found the luggage for the boss,
Yeah.
Mr. Race.
Terry told him to, and they. The funny thing is, it's not that Terry told them to; it's that they don't want to lose that guy's luggage.
Yeah, that's exactly. They don't. They don't. So have you ever
Terry
seen
is a big guy, and he's a good, cool, whatever. But this guy will be telling over.
Yeah, exactly right. It ain't gonna be none of this with Harley. Ain't gonna be none of that. So Harley used to bring us up, the WCW guys, and we'd come up to his house there, and we'd always shoot pool at his house. He'd barbecue out for us, and again, it was that side of Harley that I didn't know was there. It was that loving, caring, and we did it like every year. We'd come up, and it was in Missouri, Kansas City. Y'all lived in Kansas City there, right?
Yeah.
Because we flew into Kansas City, and he'd come to the show and everything. And this is before. I don't think he was at WCW yet. I think he was at WWF still, maybe even, but he would always have the boys come up because I was there.
Well, you knew what happened when you messed with his chili.
Oh my gosh,
Owen?
Yes. Tell that story.
Well, Owen decided to spike that chili.
Owen Hart.
Yeah, Owen Hart, yeah. And unfortunately, my father was also in the ambulance when he passed away.
Oh, was he really? So he was at the show?
He called Stu.
Wow.
And said, Stu, I'm sorry.
But that's right. That was in that same state.
Yeah.
The Kemper Arena.
Yeah.
That's where he passed. And that's where y'all grew up.
And so,
Dad
went up
down.
and he went up and spent about a week with Stu after that happened. Yeah.
Okay, so they were that tight.
Yeah. They were close. Mom saw Ross and she's like, you're that old.
Right.
So I was through these pictures of the Hearts. I'm like, God, how many kids do they have? I was, I don't know, 12, 13.
There's a bunch.
Yeah.
There's a bunch, man. Stu was busy. So Owen was as people, in case you don't know, Owen Hart was the biggest river prankster of all, right? All the Canadian boys were rough.
Besides my father.
So what did he try to do to your dad?
Well, Dad had the barbecue and whatever, and the chili, and Owen went and spiked it with a bunch of hot sauce. Made everyone sick, and these guys are going out to work here 3-4 hours later, and so on air, I can't remember. It wasn't Gordon Soley, but it was one of the prominent announcers. He's there doing a promo, and Dad just walked up behind him, hit him with a stun gun.
Your kid, that's right. He carried that stun gun around with him. I forgot about that.
It went down. The ring announcer's like, Harley, do you have?
Can you say something?
Just like anybody has back there.
No, that's incredible. Somebody dare mess with Mr. Race.
Yeah, don't mess with.
Oh my God! And did it make guys sick? Or did it give
it? They didn't feel very well.
I hate that. So Owen those guys always did the ribs that hurt. Like they're ribbing on the square, brother,
One of the best ribs ever I've seen was WrestleMania 3. Silverdome. Detroit.
Yeah. That was the big one.
Darn near 100,000.
Right. The 90-something thousand.
And that was, he was up with JYD. And I think it was after the match. But I was sitting back there, and JYD was death afraid of snakes.
Really?
And that was one of the first WrestleManias where they had the celebrities and whatnot. So Alice Cooper. Yeah, is with Jake. And they have their own dressing room. You walk in there, snakes crawling him.
Oh my God.
So Dad wrapped one around himself, and he was fearless.
Of course.
And JYD sitting there, butt naked, sitting there looking. Dad walks up behind him, and the snake's head's up the ground.
Yeah.
He taps his shoulder with that snake's head. I'd never seen a 300-pound black man move so fast in my life.
He was up, brother.
He was gone. And I was running through the dressing room with the snake chasing. And I'm holding the tail. I'm back there holding the tail of the snake. So I'm holding the tail going, Dad, where we go, Dad?
I love it.
I don't give a shit. We're following that big
That big son of a bitch.
we got him cornered, and we got him cornered in the shower. That's like throws the snake and walks off and he's on his tiptoes,
Butt naked.
Oh yeah, butt naked, and he's on his tiptoes, just scared to death. And I mean, like I said, I've never seen anyone lose.
He was a great man, dude. It just, Harley is just still respected. I'm sure being here at the Cauliflower Alley, I'm sure the fans are coming up and I'm sure the stories you hear and you get to share. As soon as I saw you, I instantly wanted to have this conversation with you because
That's very cool.
I really respect him so much. And it's got to be cool to have my father was a pro drag racer, which is great and is in the Hall of Fame, but nobody knows unless you're a drag race fan.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Harley Race, brother.
I appreciate it.
And I want to thank you, Justin, so much.
I really do.
It was really great to have you, man. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Hey.
Take care, guys.